And this we can't achieve. To hand to our children, Abba, we say, O God of creation, grant our request. Help us to be sure when no man is okay. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria national pledge. I pledge to Nigeria
So far.
to be faithful and to defend our Union.
First of all, don't give Tom the mic yet. What's your name? Your name is Ahmad what?
That is around.
Clear it out. Let's hear you very well. Your name?
Okay, Ahmad.
Ahmad what?
Oluwadamilare.
Oluwadamilare Ahmad. What's the name of your school?
Nawarudin Comprehensive.
Unayera. Yeah, no, yeah.
Nawarudin Comprehensive College.
Nawarudin Comprehensive College. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were not too busy, I'm going to pause now. I need us to welcome. Let's rise and welcome our very special guest. A round of applause, please. Ahmad, please take your seat. Thank you very much. I use start to protect all of you by giving somebody that knows the anthem microphone. Because I do not want to point at this thing over there. I just to do like this. She's just going left, right. I did not know. Please, let's sit. Ladies and gentlemen, don't leave me alone here now. Okay, I've not even mentioned my own name, but they know you already, right? She's been doing action film here since when I got here. I saw that. My name is Akinyemi Johnson. They call me the finest born radio, Fresh 105.3 FM Lagos. And they say I should greet everybody. Am I welcome?
Yeah.
Can we get started with our event already? Are you sure? Are you sure you want us to get started?
Yes.
Where's my DJ? DJ, you know go feel leave me. If you know that you have not registered your presence here, please let me sound this one now. Just take a walk to the back and you see the registration desk over there. You can go ahead and register. Let us know that you are here. For every student that is in here this morning, I want to congratulate you. This is one event that you are not going to forget in a hurry. Why? You will find out shortly. But what I can tell you is that there is a lot to learn from today. If you take your time, calmly, don't distract yourself. So,
Sure.
is there something you think they can learn that you can just gist them, hint them small?
I've told them before we came here.
Some people just came.
Let's continue.
We should continue. Okay, right at this moment in time, I'm going to want to welcome my Oga at the top, the convener of this wonderful event before we push really further into it. Wherever he is, I know he's very busy. He's been running up and down since morning. Ladies and gentlemen, because this man has carefully taken his time to sit down, design such a wonderful event, I want us to jam our hands together as he walks up to the stage.
Engineer Sheriff Babatunde Lamidi.
It is not easy, but I promise you, for a man of vision and passion like this, it's only. Don't stop clapping. Oh. Don't stop clapping. Do not stop clapping. Do not stop clapping. It's the one who brought us all together, and he wants to tell us something really.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Right from my front, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, who has been a great inspiration, a mother, a mentor, not for me alone, and for every right-minded persons that care about personal development, education, and success in life, and particularly, building a personality, a nation, or the world that works. She has been a great mentor for all of us, and we sincerely appreciate you, ma'am. All of us were tapping into her success, her personality, her, good heart, and we sincerely appreciate you, ma'am. From there, the intentions behind this great initiative is for every young individuals to have a mind that works, to have a vision that can be transformed, to have an intention and focus that can actually take them to where they dream, to where they desire, and to a position that will be enviable globally. And I can tell you, you are in a very right and correct gathering. And if you take a good advantage of this gathering, you are already on a path, a success path to build your future, the future that works not just for you alone, but for every person that would come around you, that will meet you in your existence. And I want to say congratulations in advance as we sojourn into today's program. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very heavy round of applause for the convener, Engineer Lamidi. Now, speaking of it, it's not just about going into the classroom to go and learn something from your English teacher or your Yoruba teacher, or maybe go to the tutorial to get educated by your math teacher or chemistry teacher. It's about your intention, your decision. When you've made up your mind that I have to get better, I have to be responsible for my future, I have to prepare myself, get illuminated, prepared and soul for what is to come. Because of that, I want us to, I know we've welcomed that before, but I still need us. Clap our hands again, but hold on. You saw our walking earlier. You probably do not know who was walking in, but in case you do not know, let me call your attention to it. Let me call your attention to it. Right in front of you over here is the immediate past Commissioner for Education, Lagos State. Anybody knows her name? I'm not even asking you to clap. I was hoping someone was going to guess Mrs. Folashade Abdul. Very, very right. Now, when we're speaking of education in Lagos and how far we have come so far, she's not playing with it. She's taking it really seriously. You are very welcome to the occasion, Ma. She'll be getting the microphone really, really soon. So get ready to educate yourself. If you collect microphone, it's education that I want to talk about. So if you don't have a notepad, you don't have a pen, get one already. Oh, thank you so much. I love you too. From the bottom of my esophagus, I love you. To give us the welcome address, I'll be inviting to the microphone Engineer Osho. Engineer Osho, where are you, please? Get close. You have just about 2 minutes.
Please continue clapping, please.
Motivate him. Engineer Osho. My DJ, please, you can't stay so far from me. I like music a lot. You have stopped clapping.
Continue clapping, please.
You have stopped clapping now. Engineer Osho, welcome.
All right. Good morning, all. I want to welcome you. I must tell you that you are at the right place at a time like this, particularly to the students. See, there's something about life. You are in school because you want to learn, and you are learning because there's a place you're going, and there's something to become in life. And because you don't know where you are actually going, you need to be guided. And this platform, this program has provided that platform for you to be guided. And I want to congratulate you for making it here this morning. And living here, you will be glad that you came because you will be impacted. We have great people around that will impact your life. We have our mommy here that we have great men here, other people that will speak to you and will counsel you, will guide you as to how to go through this journey of career. One thing about this career is if you don't take the right or make the right decision, you can, miss it on the way. But you are well guided and you take the right decision, you find that the journey can be smooth. Thank you. The journey of life can be very smooth because there will be results. You are going and then you are fulfilled and you're moving on in life. So I want to encourage you every moment that you're going to spend there, please be attentive. Put something down. There's something you're going to write down today that you will need months to come, years to come, and will guide you even as you move through the journey life. And for all of us here, you see, there's no one that will be here that will not get something. So I want all of us to listen attentively, be focused, and by the time we'll be living here, I can assure you that you are going to be glad you came. Once again, I want to welcome all of you. I want to tell you that you are at the right place. And by the time you be living here, it's going to be a story of success for you in Jesus' name. I want to pray for you that because you are here today, you will have reasons to thank yourself for coming, to thank the convener, to thank everyone that will speak to you, because light will be shed on your path. And you find that, let me just tell you this. See, when you're going on a journey and there's light on your path, you are sure that you will not get into the ditch, you will not get into it as you move on. And that's what this career program is meant to do for you, so that you'll be guided, you will know how to put it as you're going, you know. If you want to, there's something you desire, you have an aspiration. How do you go about it? What do you have to do? You have, something in mind. What subject combination you have to put together before you can achieve that? What course you have to take? This is what this platform will provide. So as you come here today, just be focused, and I can tell you you'll be blessed. Thank you very much.
A big round of applause for Engineer Osho. Let me share one brief testimony with you before I push further. And thank you so much. That was really inspiring me. I want to share a brief testimony. Earlier, I mentioned my name. I didn't tell you what I do. I just told you where I come from. I am a broadcaster. And by God's grace, I have traveled more in the broadcasting industry. But when I was in secondary school, I came out of United High School, Ikorodu. School, I listened. That's the school I attended. Any United High School student, alumni here? No. I know here. Okay. When I was in SS2, something happened. As the acting social prefect of the school, I was amongst the delegates that got a very free training. Quote the word, very free training on peer counselorship. So for 2 weeks, from United High School, we will go to Civil Service Model College in Igbogbo. We go there in the morning. Then different facilitators come. They teach us this. They teach us that. Everything that is supposed to affect teenagers, young adults, they were educating us. So I did that for 2 weeks. Don't forget, I was in work class, SS2. Now, that was 2002. How many years ago? You say, wait, 23 years ago, Abby. Now, what I got, how do I put it now? I was like the counselor for all of my peers, even until I got out of tertiary institution, because I had learned things that many of my classmates, many of my friends did not have the opportunity to learn. From drug abuse to sex education to how to prepare for exams and a lot of things. I remember when I was in the Polytechnic, one of my friends was dealing with drug abuse problems. And whenever we are together, he would tell me he's not hungry. So the day I got to find out that it is because he was addicted to a particular substance that makes him always, he's not hungry. He just wants the drug all the time. I now sat him down. And for 3 months, we were working together to get him out of that phase. Right now, that friend from that year is my best friend. He's not even in Nigeria now, and he doesn't take drug again. It's not because I'm a magician, but I was educated when I was like you. And after that, I became useful to society. So I'm saying this so that you can prepare your mind that today you are ready to learn something, and in the future, just like this stays here, you are preparing yourself for the future, for your career, not just your career, your children, and those who are coming around you. All right. So at about this time, I'm supposed to be handing the mic over to our very, very special mommy here. But before we do that, let's listen to a citation of our mommy, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo. You want to clap, you clap confidently. My DJ, do you have the citation ready? I have a lot of guest speakers in the house today who are definitely going to do a lot of justice to all the questions in your mind. As you are listening to everybody, always remember to write down questions. If you have questions, note them down somewhere so that you won't forget. Find a sheet of paper, write your questions somewhere. Because the questions you don't ask today, you might not find the right answer on time. So if you have the opportunity now, like you do, ask questions.
Honors, MBA, IPGCE, MA. Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, Principal Consultant and CEO of Leading Learning Limited, founded our education consulting firm in 2014. With nearly 40 years of diverse professional experience in education in Lagos State from 2019 to 2023 during the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Mrs. Folashade spearheaded initiatives to enhance the educational landscape in Lagos State. Transitioning from banking to education, she served as director and CEO of Corona School from 2002 to 2010. She thereafter voluntarily served as Agbara from 2010 to 2014, followed by various roles in school management. Passionate about education activism, Mrs. Folashade Consultant and CEO of Leading Learning Limited, founded our education from Mrs. Folashade Omobola Adefisayo, BS, MBA, IPGCE, MA. Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, Principal Consultant and CEO of Leading Learning Limited, founded our education consulting firm in 2014. With nearly 40 years of diverse professional experience, she specializes in teacher training, leadership development, and school transformation for clients ranging from public and private schools to governmental and non-governmental organizations. During her tenure as the Honorable Commissioner for Education in Lagos State from 2018 to 2020, during the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's first tenure, Mrs. Folashade spearheaded initiatives to enhance the educational landscape in Lagos State. Transitioning from banking to education, she served as Executive Director and CEO of Corona Schools, Trust Council from 2002 to 2010. She thereafter voluntarily served as Director of Corona Secondary School, Agbara, from 2010 to 2014, followed by various roles in school management. Passionate about education activism, Mrs. Falashade volunteers extensively to address the learning crisis in Nigeria schools, collaborating with various government entities and NGOs, including the Federal Nigerian Society for the Blind, Volunteer Junior Achievement Foundation, YEDI, Teach for Nigeria, Ohanda Foundation, and the Sporty Talks among others. Recognized for her contribution, she received the Merit Award from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In 2011, she decided to further her education and embarked on postgraduate studies in education at the University of Nottingham, where she graduated with distinctions at both the diploma level.
Please clap confidently. Clap confidently. And with no much further delivering the keynote address. Giving us the keynote speech is former Commissioner for Education, Lagos State, Mrs. Folashade Adefisai. Keep on clapping. In fact, a standing ovation. A standing ovation. Mom, you're very welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and it's good to be here with you. I'm a great believer in technology myself, but you can imagine how the quality of that citation it had been delivered by a human being. Am I right? Sometimes nothing beats physical delivery. It doesn't always work. You know. But, thank you for having me here. Let me start by thanking the convener, Engineer Lamidi. It's always a pleasure to support you and to work with you. Thank you for bringing. Thank you to all of you who have made time to come here. I greet all of you, students, and I hope that I'm not for a long time, but I hope that I can ask the class to join me. As a teacher, I always want to involve the class as well. So I must apologize for. I think at this stage in my life, I hate waking up early on Saturday. I was very unhappy when I woke up. I won't lie and say I went anywhere. I was just miserable at the thought of getting up from bed. My sleep. But eventually I knew I had to come, so I hurried up and did what I did. I'm coming in from Yaba. Forgive me, please. Have you forgiven me? And when you get to my age, you will remember this day. And you say, how did she even do it? She shouldn't have gotten up at all. Anyway, it's an absolute pleasure to be here at this career development workshop. The title I've been given is Empowering Minds for Academic Excellence and Career Success. And because I find it very boring to stand behind the podium, I'm going to come down. All right. I do have a speech, but I do reading speeches more. I think I want to speak to you from that. And from my own experience as a student, you see that I've been to many schools, right? I've been to quite a number of schools. And one thing about me that nobody captures when they read all these citations is I'm very good at passing exams. I've not sat for any exam that I failed. It's not because I'm clever. I just think I have designed a strategy and a methodology that helps me pass. Even as a very weak math student for many years, I was still passing maths, and I had a 3 in maths at school start. Everybody expected me to fail. And where I too expected to be a borderline pass, but I did well. Again, because I think I have a methodology. When they asked me to come and talk about empowering minds for academic excellence and I was very happy to come because it's a topic that I think I can talk about. You see, what I said and what I just said, I took control of my academic career. Whenever I started school at the beginning of every term, for 2 weeks I used to play. No, I'll go to class, write my notes, but I won't read in the evening. I'll be gisting, everybody will be gisting with me. At the end of the second week, I start to read. I read every day, regardless. When I was doing my master's in Nottingham, I was actually the principal of Corona School at Barak. I had a policy, it was a school. So when the children were doing evening prep, I was studying. I used to sit outside my office from 7 to 11, and I'll go to bed at 11. So but I was reading there, but the students would always pass by and greet me when evening prep is over. They knew I would be sitting there studying for my master's and for my PGC. And like they said, I finished with distinction at both levels. I was the oldest person in class, and everybody expected a mama. Can you cope with technology? Mama, can you use the computer? Hey, you are trying, but I had the best results in the set. So, but every day from 7 to 11, I was studying. So I've never done TDB, or what do you call it, till daybreak. Some people drink coffee so that they don't sleep. Some people put bowls of water, put their feet inside so that they don't sleep. I sleep every day by about 12. And that's why, like I said, it was difficult for me to wake up today, because up till today, I do everything I want to do that day, and by 12, I'm done for the day. 12 midnight, I go to bed. And I don't wake up again until about 5:30. 5:30 is my time with my maker. Once I'm done with that, I sleep again. I thank him for waking me up and ask him to please allow me to sleep again. So I sleep again before I finally wake up. So all this habit has kept me steady. And that's one of the things I want to tell you, that you have to develop a habit for academic excellence. Habits are things that you repeatedly do without thinking deeply about. So I would urge all of you to start to think about, what are the habits that I need to break? I too have certain habits I need to break. I've always had. Those 2 weeks, that last day when I start reading, I will be very miserable. But one day I will pick up my books and I will read flat out till the exams come. And in fact, I think people used to think I used to cram, because I think I'm lucky that I read some text so much that in the exam hall, I can actually see the page in my mind. I can write it, but in my mind, I can see the page, because I've read it so much, I've gone over it so much, got so much that I remember. So don't forget that all the work you do before you go for academic success must come well before. It cannot be around that time. Oh, we have 2 weeks to exam. You start, you stop making up. You stop combing your hair. You stop dressing well. It's irrelevant. The most relevant thing is what you did long before then. So having said that, let me just say, what is academic excellence? Academic excellence also is way more than passing exams. I'll tell you another anecdote. My last child, very brilliant. And she did GSC, she had 13 A's. So I said, Madam, I just want to know if you are clever. When she was reading for her Becker exam, I asked her some questions. Number one, we were going through a question paper. One question was, how many parts can you divide culture into? Does anybody know the answer here? How many parts can you divide culture into? I think it's, what subject is that? Civic education. So how many parts can you divide culture into? It's a very simple question. Somebody answer for me. Look at your uniform. You don't know the answer. Yes, my dear. I want 3. Thank you very much. Give her a round of applause. Actually, the textbook that my daughter read said 2, and this is material culture and non-material culture. She said it very fast. So I said, that is a very stupid question. Why would anybody ask you that? You can guess and get the right answer. You know, this is not assessing how clever you are. Postgraduate school. I used to like dancing a lot, so I used to go out and I used to dance, and I mean that was an important part of my life. Even that my daughter that I told you, She has just finished her PhD. She finished her PhD like 3 years ago, but she's a professional dancer. She's a professional dancer. She's very good at dancing, and she dances professionally, and she has won many prizes for it. I've never stopped her. One day I said, how can a PhD student be dancing? She said to me, that dancing is what keeps me okay. If I don't dance, I think I will almost go crazy with my work. So always be flexible, open-minded, have a fixed mindset, have your goals ready, keep pushing, and don't forget, ask for help if you need it. Yoruba say, "Berebere ki ṣìnà." If you are going along, things are pretty difficult for you, ask for help. You need to ask for help. If you don't ask for help, you can just be trained unnecessarily. So for academic excellence, you can see it's about you developing your personal discipline. Now, when you've developed your own personal self, you've disciplined yourself, you know what to do, you know where to go. The next thing is career success. The life you are going to is different from the life I live. By the time I was finishing university, by the time I was doing youth corps job offers. By the time I finished them. By the time I finished, I knew who I was going to marry and love. It's not happening anymore. People are finishing school, no job for years. So how are you going to ensure that you have success in your own career? That's the question I want you to start to think about. And it starts from now. You see, I've worked in all sorts of schools. I've worked in public school. I've worked as principal, I've run public school, I've run private school. When I was running a private school where many of the children were going abroad, whenever they asked me to write their reference, I always say, your growth in life starts from JS1 or a primary school. Or even sound engineer. Don't let me tell you what I think of you. Don't let me tell you. Don't let it happen again. So, because you've distracted me. All right. So you can see I'm a strict teacher, Abby. It has you know you are a teacher. You talk with your eyes, you talk with your mouth. What I said gently, I was still annoyed, wasn't I? But let's go on. Let's go on. So you have to remember that the world you are going to, like, is totally different, and the skills that you need. And let me tell you, I'm telling you the truth. I went for a conference once with the human resource manager of First Bank. She now said that when they are recruiting, they don't care for your degree. What is a degree now? A degree is nice to have, it's not compulsory. Doesn't mean you get a good job, but it's good to have because of the knowledge base, the network that you build up, the regard with which society will have for you. It's important that you try. But if you don't go to university, there's a lot happening. So don't think that degree is, if I go to university, everything will be fine. No, not at all. It's just a beginning. People are looking beyond degree. In First Bank, they don't care if you have a degree. What they care about is, do you have the skills to exist in the workplace? And what are these skills? Let me try and look for some. One, teamwork. We are taught in school, no cheating, Abby. No cheating. When you are writing, when I was in primary school, this is how I used to write, so that nobody will see what I'm doing. No cheating. Now they say you have to work collaboratively. You have to be open and know that you are not going to work alone. You are going to work with a team of people. So you must be somebody who can work collaboratively in teams and with groups of people. Not somebody who will sit by themselves, looking at everybody in the office. I had a colleague like that when I was in the bank. We all sat in one office and we used to drink tea. If this man stands up and maybe he goes to the bathroom, he comes at that tea, we are in trouble. He said, there's something on the surface that when he left, his enemies have... when all of us are sitting here, how did your enemy get up from among us and put something and we won't see your enemy? Who is your enemy, self, among all of us? Such a person cannot work in the workplace of the future. So you have to be a team player, you have to be collaborative, you have to be somebody who thinks critically. And when they say a critical thinker is somebody who questions assumptions. People cannot just tell you things and you believe hook, line, and sinker. You have to find out yourself. Nobody can tell me this person is good or this person is bad. I will find out myself. Nobody can tell me that you don't do this job this way or that way without me doing research. So the second thing is you must be a thinker, because most of the work you are going to do is to solve problems. And you cannot solve a problem if you are not a critical thinker. Because that means as a critical thinker, you are going to look at a situation. I mean, I hope in this room we have future governors, right? To be a governor, is it just to be going about in Sarinka? No. There's a lot of cerebral work that comes with it. Hello? Maybe you are developing your budget at the beginning of the year. You must be clever enough to say, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? So you must be a problem solver, whether it's a life situation, whether it's transportation, whether it's something. So to solve a problem, you have to be a critical thinker. So you must be a critical thinker and a problem solver. Even while you are in school, you must be a critical thinker and a problem solver. I remember one of my students in school, he designed a methodology for punishment. He came to me and said, Mrs. Adefisayo, all these punishments you are giving us, go and work class, go and do this. It's not working. I said, okay, what can work? He said, let me design a. You see that? He said, I don't learn anything from. He said, in this app, if punishment was go and read up the story of the life of Bill Gates. Who is Bill Gates? The owner of Microsoft. Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft operating system and all, you know, read it up and summarize in 600 words. He said that is worse punishment than cutting grass. I'm not sure I agreed with him, but can you see that this is a boy who is thinking of how to solve a problem within the school, right? I never forgot him, because he will come to my office and say, I have more punishments. And they were very clever punishments indeed, actually. When he says you should do something like count, go and look at about 10 trees on the school compound and find out their biological name. He said, man, that is worse punishment than go and cut grass. So you have to be a critical thinker. I wonder where that boy is. But I know that he will always do well because he was so smart. You know, and then, so a critical thinker, a problem solver, a creative person. Creativity is not art. Creativity is applying, you know, the principles of creativity, thinking differently to every situation that you come across. To every situation that you come across. How do I solve this problem? How do I solve it? Then you can use all your knowledge, all your understanding. That means you must read widely. You must discuss widely. You must understand. Don't be taken in by social media influencers. Many of them are terrible people leading terrible lives. They will now show you their house. It's not their house sometimes. They will show you a car. I remember one who was a joke that went around. Oh God. He's in front of a car. This is my Rolls Royce. I'm in London. I said the car had the recording. The car said, "This is not your car. Move back." So it went on social media. After he has been posing to all of us, and we are saying, when did he leave Nigeria now? And he already has a yellow Rolls Royce in the middle of London. You don't know that. It's all. So you have to be able to be someone who thinks critically, somebody who thinks critically, a problem solver, an interesting person. That's what the workplace wants. She said when they are testing people, and I worked somewhere before actually. That place was called the Tetra Park. I don't know. You don't just do Strive Alive, that park. I was the finance manager for West Africa. When I went for training in Switzerland, they did a test on me. They asked me many questions. You know what they wanted to find out? if I will be comfortable. If I find myself in a situation where I don't speak their language, I don't understand their ways, I will not judge them. And that's why they took me. Because they asked a question like, I was working with people who said, how many children do you have? When I told them I have 3, they said, why do you need? Anyway, why? I said, don't you have? She said, no, my husband and I, we have a dog. That's okay. So being Nigerian, that was a bit hard for me, but I'm the kind of person who say, really, you have a dog? How interesting. So they knew that I was the kind of person who would be in all sorts of situations that I would not understand. She actually took me out for dinner with the dog. And the dog sat on a chair. And we were eating this dish called fondue. Now you see this dish is a big bowl, and you take your potato or bread and you dip it inside and eat it. And the dog was looking at the fondue. The dog was looking at the fondue. I was looking at the fondue. I made eye contact with the dog that, you and I are not going to share this. We are not going to share this fondue. Then she turned around and told the dog, no fondue for you, darling. You know it gives you boils. So when you are almost, so she was really going to give him this thing. If it's not, luckily for me, it gives the silly dog boils. But it's none of my business. If you, instead of children, you want a dog, that's your business. So, that's why they took me. Because you're going to find yourself in situations that you don't understand. So somebody tells you, I have a dog. You say, hey, help! Then you start calling us out, blood of Jesus. No. Say that inside you. And the person, right? Because the world of today is a global world. Do you want to restrict yourself to this place? Don't you want to be a global citizen? In which case you are going to meet all sorts of people. And you better be happy with all of them. And that is so. Well, that's one thing, that your mind has to be flexible. And that is what employers are looking for in the workplace of today. The world is, they want to see that you are someone they can trust. You are teachable and you are ready to learn and learn. Because all of us know now, AI, somebody like me is not supposed to know AI, but I do. I'm passing through that. I think all of us is AI. Most people don't know. I'm telling you, Mama, the best thing to do is just say, it's all right. I'm trying. Sure, you will teach me. But that is due to the fact that over many years, I've known that this is the future. You can't fight it, Do you know you can't fight it? You cannot. These are forces against which we have no power. The best thing to do is best way to grow yourself and your productivity. And at what age? My mother is 94. My mother has an iPad. I'll tell you. She went for a church something, and one of them bought out an iPad. When they said, bring out your Bible, my mother bought it out. And somebody bought out an iPad, and my mother was jealous. When she got and then all of them said, where did you get, what is this thing? Mom said, I don't even know, it's the children. They just said I should be using it. So she got, I too need that. We had to call the woman to find out what that thing was, to go and look at it, and then we bought it much. She can't use it. She uses it. There's one Oyinbo who speaks Yoruba, so she's always listening to that person on YouTube. There's the Bible. But if at 90-something, somebody is willing to move with technology, what about you? So you better make yourself flexible and open-minded. The world is indeed a dangerous place. There are many things that we don't understand happening around us. Is overarching above all your integrity, your values, and your principles. Regardless of where you find yourself, people should know what you stand for. What is right is right, what is wrong is wrong. As one young lady came to me and said, how was your school start? They gave me 9. Madam, you got 9. You got 9. You wrote 9. Nobody gave you 9. Go and work for a better score. They gave me 9. Do they know you personally? So that they decided that you are going to get 9. What is right is right. There are no gray areas. And so I will leave you with I talk about a lot. There's one man called Stephen Covey. He's dead now. He wrote a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. How can you be effective? There are 7 habits. I'll try and remember them. You will forgive me a bit. You know, I have senior moments, but I don't think I'll have a senior moment today. Habit 1. You see, all those habits are based on certain things, on principles and values. You see, principles never change. What is wrong today was wrong 100 years ago. It will be wrong 100 years from now. What society values may change. People may just value money. People may just value that, oh, she's fine, she's this, she's that. But the principle of what is right and what is wrong will not change. So if you base your life, the first thing is to base your life on principles. And the second thing is that even within the principles, you are a role player. For each one of you, if I ask you, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. I also have, and I'm still very, very active. I'm an employer. I have my staff. They make me unhappy around the 24th to 25th of every month when a lot of money flows out of my account in payment. But once I paid them, I'm happy again that at least I did not disappoint them. So I'm many things, and so are all of us. So that's my alarm. So my time is up, but I'll just take 2 or 3 minutes to talk about the 7 habits. Based on principles, based on your various roles that you play. The first habit is to be proactive. Be proactive, which means accept that the good Lord has given you everything you need to be successful in life. It's inside you. Now bring it out. Let it show. Let the whole world see you and know you. Be proactive. Be proactive. That you have been given all the gifts you need in this life to be successful. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Whatever you do, begin with the end in mind. In coming here, begin with the end in mind. Why am I going there? Even in the bringing up of my children, I thought of beginning with the end in mind. By the time my mother lost her mother when she was 78. So by the time I'm an old woman like that, what will my children be like? I started with that and I brought it down in ensuring that they toe that line and be who they can be. So begin with the end. You are going for a begin with the end in mind. You are going for physics class. Why am I going for physics class? I want to ultimately become an engineer or a doctor or something. So I have to do well in physics. There's no question. You don't pass physics, you don't go beyond that level. Why am I going for literature class? I want to be a lawyer. There is no lawyer that will be taken in any university in Nigeria without at least literature, maybe BK or CRS. But literature, so I have to pass it. I don't like reading. I must make myself read. I love reading. Begin with the end in mind. Habit 3, put first things first. That means prioritize what is more important and what is less important. Put what is most important in your life forward. Exercise, diet, good living, principles, values, you're ensuring that you play the roles that you are playing appropriately. All those things are number 1. Don't allow the noise of life to bother you. If you ask me, I'm not here to talk about the disappointments of my life. But if I talk about, you see, there are lots of disappointments, but I've never allowed it to move me from the ultimate place where I am going. So put first things first. What is most important to you? Your God most important to you? Face him, worship him in your own way. Put anything most important to you in front of your life. Putting first things first means plan your day. At the beginning of the day, what do you do? At the end of the day, how will you look back on the day? That's habit 3. Those 3 habits move you from a state of dependence. You did it to me. My parents were bad. My parents were poor. That's why I didn't go to. My parents were poor, so I did not have a attire to be an influencer. All that is just nonsense. By the time you practice these 3 habits, you move from that state to a state of independence, which says, I can do it. They'll say it after me. I can do it. I can do it. And once you move from that state, remember that you cannot do it alone, right? So you have to work with other people. So the next 3 habits talk about how you are a confident person. You can do it. You are proactive. You have begun with the end in mind. You put first things first. You plan your life. The next thing is to start to work with other people. So one habit 4 says, think win-win. Think means, win-win means I want to win. I want you to win. I don't want to lose. I want to win. In coming here is a win for me. I wanted to come. I want to meet young people. You know, you may see me someday. I may see you someday. The first job I ever got was because my father taught somebody in Edo College, Benin City in 1958. By the time I finished my master's and went to the bank to look for a job, he was the HR manager and he said, I can never forget your father. Within 2 weeks, I started working in UBA. So you don't know. You may see my child and say, Adefisayo, I remember that woman. That is why I came, because nobody knows the future. I want you to win in meeting me, and I want to win in meeting you. Because I would have influenced you, and you will think, seek first. Let me understand you. And then I'll make you understand me. That is a magnificent habit. So, a magnificent habit, which means empathy. Let me put myself in your shoes. You're a young person, you are in school. I was young once, but my time was different. I have to understand where you are coming from, what your time is, why things are the way they are, and how we can meet each other at a point. So seek first to understand, then to be understood, which means empathy. Putting yourself in somebody's shoes. 6 is synergize. Synergy means 2 + 2 is what? What is 2 + 2? That's mathematics. In synergy, 2 + 2 can be 10. It can be 1 million. It means that together, we can all achieve more. Synergy means the sum is greater than the parts. So together, can you imagine? You mean that if I sit down one day, supposing one of you becomes governor, and you cannot pick your cabinet from this room? You can. Because none of you is as smart as all of us. By the time we put all our collective brains together, you come up with a fantastic solution, especially if you're a good leader. That is habit 6. And the 7th and final habit encompasses all of them and say, do you know that I've forgotten? But I know it. I told you a senior moment would come. But habit 7 says, sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw. When you are going out to work, will you not sharpen the saw? If you do not sharpen the saw, what will happen? Will you be able to cut down the tree? So sharpen the saw. Take care of yourself in every dimension of life. And there are many dimensions: the physical, the emotional, the social, the spiritual, the cognitive. In all dimensions of life, make sure you take care of yourself. Be a social. Human beings are social beings. When you get to a certain age, look, I keep talking about my mother. My mother is 94. In fact, when she clocked 90, there was no friend of hers there, because where are they? They have crossed the River Jordan. They are gone to the great beyond. And those who are here, they cannot see, they cannot hear, they cannot walk. So at a certain point in your life, who are you going to rely on? Relationships. So social, be your sister. Somebody told me life is like a train journey. All of us getting on. Many people will get on with you. Get on and off. It's probably you and a few of your siblings. So that's my bit. Academic excellence, but remember, it's all in a package. You can't do it in the absence of all the other things. Like I said, are we thinking win-win? Are we going to win? Can you do it? So you now move from that independence. I can do it again. Remember, you do it with other people. So what's the final saying now? We can do it. Now say that. We can do it. We are going to do it. We have started doing it. God bless you.
Thank you very much, mommy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to talk to ambulance because of this. I don't know. She was given 30 minutes, but I didn't even bother to check the time at the point because I was speaking so much. Do you agree with me that this session was loaded? Do you agree with me that it was loaded? Applause for mommy one more time. Mommy, we want to thank you. We want to thank you. Àpò ọgbọ́n yín ò ní gbẹ o. Ẹ ṣàmì dáadáa o.
Àmì Jésù.
Àpò ìmọ̀ yín ò ní gbẹ mà. Good. Now, out of everything, I picked quite a number of things, a lot of things, in fact, and I wish that every other person picked the same thing. Is for those who are looking for jobs, those who are looking for something to do, those who are starting small businesses. She picked something, she said something that I picked personally. She said, there are skills that you must have. There are things you must possess to get the job. It is not about a degree. You remember, right? She mentioned quite a number of things like critical thinking. She talked about collaboration. And these are the things disturbing us in the workplace. So for those who are stuck and you are coming up, you want to get to that point, please, have it at the back of your mind. Things she has said, they are very, very key, very, very germane. And personally, I learned a lot. Mommy, once again, I want to thank you and I appreciate you for this that you have done for us today. For those who just came into the podium or into the hall, am I supposed to say they missed something, Tom? Those who just came, have they missed?
Yes, they are.
You missed a little bit, but yes, the consolation. We are streaming live on all platforms, across all social media platforms. So from YouTube to Facebook to X to everywhere, you can go there or go there later and have a revisit, refresh your memory, and send the link to any other person in case they missed it. All right, I want to take this moment to acknowledge the presence of some who are already in the house. Engineer Olaleri Rafiu Kayode is already present with us. He's a lecturer of Mechanical Engineering Department at the Lagos State University of Science and Technology. Welcome very much, sir. We appreciate your presence. We also have Barrister Afo Ibikunle. If you are familiar with the name Ibikunle, you understand what I'm talking about. God bless you, sir. Baba, I see you. You did not answer me. All right. I also have here Ambassador Yetunde. Those also here with us. Mama, you look so beautiful. Okay, we're still expecting to join us. And I have Mr. Ademuyiwa Agdebola Alfik. He also just joined us in here. We are not going to waste much time. Like I said, those of you who are just joining us in the hall, the way to any of the platforms online to stream or recap everything we have done before. Let me invite my beautiful colleague here. This babe last song. Okay, kids are here. I won't say so much. I'm going to hand the microphone over to her because she has an assignment to carry out. Please make them happy. Beautiful people, because you're not listening to the artists reading myself for DJ Mesh.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker now.
DJ Mesh, we see you.
I don't know how much to appreciate him. I really so much appreciate him because there was this particular day, he saw me at my workplace. He remembered me. He asked me what I do now. I told him. And the next thing he did was to invite me to an association of the engineers in Ikeja that should come. He's going to introduce me. He's going to do this. I was so surprised because I didn't really know much of him when I was in school, but he was a very, very good lecturer then. He's a person of our father, our mentor, our lecturer, Engineer Olalere.
Olalere is a distinguished mechanical engineer, academic, and researcher with over 30 years of experience in engineering, education, and innovation. He previously served as the Mechanical Engineering Head of Department at Lagos State Polytechnic between the year 2009 and 2011. Currently teaches at Lagos State University of Science and Technology. His expertise includes thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and internal combustion engines. He holds a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from the University of Ilorin, an MBA in marketing from the University of Maiduguri, and two master's degrees in mechanical engineering from the University of Ilorin and University of Lagos, respectively, specializing in thermofluid systems. He is completing a PhD at the University of Birmingham, UK, researching combustion behaviors and emissions in TISI engines. A current registered engineer, he is a member of NSE and NIMEC-E. Engineer Olalere has held key academic and administrative roles, including Director of Research, Innovation, and Development. He has served as an external examiner for major Nigerian polytechnics and colleges. His research focuses on combustion technologies, emission reduction, and renewable energy, with publications in top journals like Pearl and the International Journal of Automotive Manufacturing and Materials. His groundbreaking work on waste plastic recycling ended a 2 million naira LAFRIC grant in 2021. As a consultant, he has designed firm machinery, biogas cookers, and large-scale mechanical systems, including plumbing and air conditioning for auditoriums. He has participated in and facilitated numerous workshops on advanced methods, renewable energy, and innovation, representing institutions at international conferences such as Cambridge and Stellenbosch. Beyond academia, Engineer Olalere is dedicated to community service. He pioneered the Zero Interest Cooperative Society at Lagos State Polytechnic and chairs the Mosque Committee at Yawahab Mosque, Arifo.
Please invite Engineer Olalere Rafiu Kayode to come speak with us, please.
Permit to stand on this thing. I want to ask us for taking the time to attend this unique occasion. Most especially the students from La Sostec, Yabatech, LAC, and some other neighboring institutions. And obviously are the students from secondary schools. And these are the actual head of today, but leaders of tomorrow. Of significant notes are the distinguished and eminent panelists that are here with us today. Forgive me if I didn't mention your name one by one, but you are highly recognized. As a matter of fact, I was given the assignment to speak about classroom to boardroom. The classroom to boardroom is a sub-team under shaping the future, empowering the mind for academic excellence and career success. And I discovered that the sub-team is just like a fish swimming in the ocean of the main team. So when you remove the fish from river, it loses relevance. So in order to do justice to this topic, I have to interwoven the sub-team around the main team, which is shaping the future, empowering the mind, academic excellence, and career success. I apologize if it will still be like lecturing as I used to be. That may be the only difference between my approach and our own approach. As we look ahead to the challenges and opportunity of the future, one thing is clear in the mind of tomorrow. The mind of tomorrow will shape the world we live in. Education and career success are two powerful tools that can transform not only individual life, but society as a whole. But it is not just about obtaining knowledge or climbing the career ladder. It is about cultivating a strong mindset, building resilience, and setting ourselves up for a long time. These three components, mindsets, excellence, academic career, um, excellence, academic, and career success are mutually inclusive. What do I mean by this? Success in one leads to the success in the other. And most especially, it is these three that comes together to shape the future. A good future will be shaped by a growth mindset with academic excellence and successful career. And we talk about when you are shaping the future, you are not just shaping the future of your own self, but you are shaping the future of other people, shaping the future of community, you are shaping the future of a country, and you are development of future leaders, thinkers, problem solvers who will advance our world in a meaningful way. Now, of these three elements, empowering the is the most significant of the three. And when the mindset is not properly empowered, it is going to affect the academic excellence. And this return affects career success. So you can see that once the mindset is like the foundation. It's like the foundation for it. And once that mindset is weak, the entire foundation will be at fault. In the next slide, it's about growth and fixed mindset. A great philosopher, Carol Dweck, go back to that. He says, ability and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. Now you can see two gentlemen on that slide. One is doing everything possible to achieve his aim and objective, and the other one just give up. So it's an impossible. Success is impossible. So the first one is having a growth mindset, and the second one is having a fixed mindset. Just like some of you will say, oh, mathematics, it's not possible. Physics, I can't know math. I can't know physics. That is a fixed mindset. And that is not in tune with your position in nature, in creation. Human mind is the master of creation. You are master in whatever you take, in whatever direction, whatever discipline you took. With growth mindset, you become a master. So a way to academic excellence is to have a growth mindset and discourage fixed mindset. But the question is, what are those factors? Next is resilience. What are those factors that will help us to develop a growth mindset? One of them is a resilience. Resilience in the face of failure. What are those as a student, sometimes you are confronted with different kind of problems. Poor examination results, financial difficulties, depression, social rejection, public failure. You are asked to come out to the class to make a point or to deliver a lecture, and you didn't do well, and everybody was laughing, and that sort of causes you depression. Did you see that as a problem, or you see that as a challenge that will lead to opportunity? Now, resilience in the face of failure is part of a growth mindset quality. You must develop resilience to see that every problem that comes your way is an opportunity and not a means to your destruction. It is when you can see opportunity in challenges that you have developed a growth mindset. And that is what is going to help you in academic excellence. Most great actors in the world excel in this quality. If you want me to put it in my own language, I can say never give up spirit, because problem will always be there. It will be in one form or the other. How do you develop this resilience? You cannot normalizing the failure, help individuals to understand that set learning processes and provide opportunity for growth. Celebrate effort and persevere over result. Don't always look at what you have done wrong. Always take time to celebrate your success, no matter how small it is. Even if it is about passing very well in a test. You have failed the examination woefully last semester, but this semester you have scored excellently in a test. Celebrate that. By doing that, you are doing self-motivation to do more. Don't always overlook what your personal achievement is giving to you. Teach yourself about self-reflection. Don't just allow problem to pass by. Take a moment to sit down and reflect on those problems. What privilege and opportunity do they bring? Then, of course, if you must develop a stress resilience, you must be able to manage stress. You heard when our madam was talking to us the other time, she said her daughter, it was when she was a PhD holder, a PhD student, she loved dancing. And then she asked her, why will you be dancing as a PhD student? She said, Mom, if you don't allow me to dance, I will crash. That is the truth. Our home way of stress management. You must identify what did you do and remove stress from you. Some people, they just need to go on exercise. Some people need sport. Some people need a very beautiful meal. Some people just need to sleep over it. You need to identify what is it that you do that overcomes stress. And that is about developing resilience. Then next slide, openness to learning and adapting. Embracing a growth mindset, make up more open to learning new skills, expanding our knowledge base and adapting to the a person that is aspiring to have a growth mindset should never assume that you have known it all. No matter your level, you should see yourself as a still learning. And what are those things that help you to keep learning? As a personal factor, you must have curiosity, resilience, and open-mindedness. This helps you as an individual to keep learning. Environmental factor. Sometimes you could come from a family that love education. Okay, you have finished your first degree, go for master. You have finished your master, go for PhD. Don't ever allow this opportunity to go you by. Whenever you have the opportunity for open additional knowledge, grab it. You could have a friend network. a friend network, or a mentor, somebody you have picked as a mentor can decide to take up for your further distance. Then situation can force you, as some people at the place of work, they said, no more additional certificates, no more promotion. But it's not good that you wait until situation forces you to learning. This is a crisis or urgent situation which may force individuals to adapt, even if they are naturally resistant to learning. So the third point that helps you to develop a growth mindset is self-confidence. Confidence in your ability. The factors that affect confidence in one ability are positive self-talk, self-awareness, continuous learning, positive relationship with others, celebrating progress, healthy lifestyle, self-care, grooming, positive self-talk. Some people will be talking less of them. Oh, our only mass. Oh, physics forget us. When you are doing that, you are killing a spirit in you. Talk positive about yourself, and it's going to increase your confidence. Self-awareness. You must understand yourself to the point that you must understand your area of strength and area of weakness. Everybody has been created with strength and weakness. What leads to your failure in self-confidence is that you don't identify where your strengths and weakness lie. You must be continuous learning, healthy lifestyle, celebrating progress, proper nutrition, exercise, sleep contribute to physical and mental well-being. And these factors help you to develop confidence in yourself. A strong and healthy body enhances energy level, focus, and self-confidence, reduces stress and anxiety, which often hinder self-belief. Self-care and grooming. Take proper care of yourself. Dress properly. Dress properly. These are things that groom your personal confidence. When people see you, let them appreciate you. Taking care of personal appearance boosts self-esteem and confidence in social situations. Grooming and dressing well create a sense of self-respect. You are going to respect yourself. And when others does not respect you, be in a position to demand respect from them. Because you have respected yourself by dressing properly. So feeling good about how you present yourself positively affects interaction and self-perception. Developing critical thinking, you must have analytical skill, logical skill, and curiosity and questioning. You don't have a growth mindset. When there is an argument, and you see that the superior argument is coming from the opposite side, and you refuse to surrender to superior argument, you don't have a growth mindset. In such, you are among the people with fixed mindset. A person with a growth mindset quickly represents superior argument and surrender to superior argument. And these are the things that bring the beauty and quality of your education. So you can see that mindset is one thing that radiates the beauty and excellency of academic achievement. Another quality that you must have to have a growth mindset is time management. Effective time management depends on setting clear goals, prioritizing tasks, and ahead, avoiding procrastination. You have to set your goals. Okay, this is the subject I want to read over the weekend, and I want to do this assignment within the week. For God's sake, you have an assignment that's supposed to take you 2, 3, 5 minutes to do, and you put it among those that you are going to do later. You make things extremely difficult for yourself. As goals that will just take you few minutes to achieve, do it immediately so that you reduce the backlog of responsibility you need to do. And don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. Try to learn how to delegate responsibility. You are in the classroom, you are the HOC of the class, or governor, or whatever, and you are the one that collects all the assignments, you are the one that interacts with all the lecturers. So you see, at the end of the day, you discover that you are having poor time management, and that is to be eaten up in personal timing. So delegate where it is possible, and you must learn to say no. You must learn to say no if that is going to conflict your time management. If there is an assignment given to you or a request from you, and you know that by accepting that, it will disrupt your time management, say no. It is not a crime. So this time management method uses short interval of focus work followed by short break. It can help with maintaining concentration and avoiding burnout. Focus on goal setting. You must divide your goal into short and long term. What are those ones you want? When you enter for the semester, your goal for that semester is 4.8, GPA of 4.8. But that is a goal you are going to achieve at the end of the first semester. So what are the short-term goals? Now, in thermodynamics, I want to score 78. Strength of material, I want to score 82. Yeah, those are the short-term goals. Then you map out your goals in the various assignments and the tests. Then, last but not the least, in empowering the mind is a mentorship and network. Do you have a mentor? Do you have a mentor? If the answer is no, then you are doing great injustice to yourself. Because by picking a mentor, you are simply taking advantages of the experience that has taken your mentor years to accumulate. It's what you are just accumulating by just a further discussion with your mentor. You need a career mentor, you need an advocate, you need an academic mentor, you need a professional mentor. And mentorship and networking, you must network. All of us have our professional body. As a student, be a member of your professional body. And there are different professional body associations in your area of socialization online, which it will do you a lot when you are networking and when you are networking and relating with a mentor. Networking event, organizing networking event, either in person or virtual, where student or professional can interact with industry leader or peers, can spark collaboration, internship, and job opportunities. This is key for expanding career possibility. Encourage participation online, community, or professional network, like LinkedIn, Reddit, communities, professional group on social media. This platform provides resources, job lead, and opportunity to connect with like-minded people. Find a mentor. A mentor will connect you. Connect individual with mentor who can guide them through academic and career challenges. Create a peer network, building a support network. Now, that is about empowering the mindsets. Yeah, remember we have mentioned several factors like resilience, time management, openness to learning, mentorship and network. If any area that you know you are weak in this area, is build on it, because without a good mindset, you cannot have an excellent academic career. So I want us to look together how the mindset affects academic. Determination. From mindset of resilience, you develop determination, and that determination is going to help you in your academic, in your path to academic excellence. Growth mindset and learning ability. If you have a growth mindset, it gives you the confidence that you can do anything according to your efforts and your struggle, which is contrary to fixed mindset. Resilience encourages perseverance, which leads to academic resilience. Strong-minded students do not just give up easily when they face academic difficulties. They develop coping strategies to overcome on what went wrong, seek feedback, and take corrective action. Self-discipline, study habit. Consistency is a study habit through setting clear academic goals and sticking to routines such as dedicating 1 hour a day for studying. We stay focused even when distraction arises. Adaptability and openness to thinking. All these are qualities that you learn from mindset that will help in academic excellence. So also your time management. A good time management will lead to a better academic performance. A student who learns to prioritize tasks and allocate time effectively will be able to balance study, homework, and personal life home efficiently. You know, it's not like compared to a student that spends 5 hours watching matches between Arsenal and Liverpool, and another 3 hours in a day streaming on social media, and then at the end of the day, you are going to sit down to write examination. This poor time management will definitely rob you the opportunity of academic excellence. Now, let's briefly look at boardroom to classroom to boardroom. Now, I want to tell you something. Giving up in the face of problems, fixed mindset, poor networking, all this will accumulate together to affect your career. The main reason why job. There are jobs, but the fact is that you have to prepare yourself for the job. Some organizations this day, I remember the Ford Motor had an interview for one of their top engineers from Harvard University. They just gathered the engineer, kept them in a restaurant, and watched them over a period of 2 hours. And at the end of the day, they served them differently, and they watched their behavior. At the end of the day, they said the interview is over. What have they time? It was not the certificate they have studied. They have studied their mindset, their disposition toward the mindset. And they were surprised when they told them that the interview is over. And they explained to them why they picked those they picked. And a strong mindset and excellence are deeply interconnected with career success, as they lay the foundation for skill, attitude, and behavior that will allow individuals to thrive in their professional life. Importance of purpose in career life. When we talk about career success, we must first discuss purpose. Why? Because career driven by passion and aligned with personal goals lead to greater fulfillment. Now, I'm talking to those of the students from secondary school that you are yet to select career path based on affection and love. That is going to help you to develop resilience in that academic career. Don't select a profession because your parents say you want you to be a medical doctor, you want you to be a legal practitioner. What did you have flair for? What did you love doing? Do what you love doing to assist you. Build a very strong education foundation. Education is the launching pad for any successful career. It is essential to choose courses that align with your interests and career goals. However, education is not limited to textbooks. Participation in extracurricular activities, leadership role, and networking within academic institutions. Now, disabuse your mind that you are going to get all the skill you need from the higher institution. In short, it is being clear now that you pick specific skill from outside of the institution. The institutions, what the institution gives to you is what is called generalized skill. It's like the case of a farmer who went to the farm, cleared the land, and fertilized it. That is what the higher institution do. Then you need to decide what do you want to plant on the land. Clearing the land, fertilizing the land, that is about the general skill. Planting, one person has decided to plant cassava, Mr. B is planting yam, Mr. B is planting space. For example, I used to tell my students in mechanical engineering students, we are going to give you all the principle and the knowledge you require to be a successful mechanical engineer. It is now left for you at the end of the day. Do you want to be an automotive engineer? Do you want to be a machinist? Do you want to be a specialist in building? That's mechanical services. All this, you need to further develop yourself by interacting with modern software techniques that are in practice. If you are going to wait until the curriculum is reviewed before you acquire that knowledge, you eventually become obsolete and unemployable. Before there is a critical point in career path, and that is transparency. And that is one thing that is affecting most Nigeria. Now, we all know that expertise that are coming from abroad to take up our job, they are not better than us. When you eventually meet them in the same company, you discover that you are doing better than them. But something is very clear. They display better integrity and better honesty. Hello? Please go to slide 22. Let us just listen to this simple This is just rounding up.
As I can see you, I want to read trendy things that trendy.
I got the opportunity to meet six Ghanaian men, and I asked them this question: why are they not building factories for the youth of this country to get a job to do? These six rich businessmen burst into laughter as if I have said something funny. Then one said, the people shouting, no food, no jobs are all thieves. The writer said, I said, really? I was shocked. The man then went on, he said, I run a manufacturing business and trading business. He said, the biggest challenge in my manufacturing business is not electricity. It is not infrastructure. The biggest challenge is getting honest staff. Everyone we hire appears to be on a mission as much as possible. They will inflate invoices, recording less than the actual number of units produced. The worst part of it all is that all the fraud we have uncovered is not done by a single person. It is usually many staff who collude with each other, from the production line to sales to finance and even to top management. The businessman said there was a year I overhauled management 3. I now use Indian expatriate management. So competent, so honest, and so straightforward. I at first with all the visa fees, accommodation, house staff, but now that the losses due to staff reduced to a minimum and efficiency increase, the Indian management has turned out to be cheap than the African Ghanaian management. Now all sensitive positions involving money go to Indians. Africans are only allowed on sensitive positions. Businessman Federer said, I used to criticize indigenous African companies like that hire so many Indians when there are many unemployed, but now I understand their painful decisions. He said, my biggest challenge in the trading business is the same. In other words, he has a trading shop in. It is getting honest stuff. The form of trading occurs in open market and involves staff having access to huge running millions. I know how much I pay to security companies to provide the escort for the staff, not to prevent robbery. Sure that the staff will go straight to the not run away with the money. This money spent on security companies is even enough to be declared as profit. He said we have to spend a CCTV, biometric scanners, and other things that wouldn't get if the staff weren't looking for opportunity to steal. He said it got so bad, point my own criteria for competent.
Yeah, because I just want to bring our mind back. Why we are not doing well in career paths. We should not deceive ourselves. We are boardroom members. Even though we could be very good, we are holding first class, we are holding top certificate, but mindset, our mindset is weak. Our mindset is not what are supposed to be reserved for us and our coming generation is gone out, even in our own soil. Our job is going up even in our own country. This is not a peculiar situation. This is a peculiar situation too. And it is because we have ignored mindset in our component of our education system. A strong mindset, when combined with academic excellence and career success, creating you are who are happy sitting on their own, but who can also collaborate with others to achieve larger goals. These individuals are well positioned to build network, for partnership, and create interdisciplinary. That's the biggest global challenge. The future will be shaped by people who can bring diverse perspectives together to create systems that are more resilient, equitable. Conclusion, please. Conclusion page. Conclusion page. Yeah, another inference. The director of this leader mentor, when he was a student around 2009-2010, I was the head of department, and I noticed unique qualities about him. Since whenever I finish, I go around the class, I discover that it will be the one remaining in the class reading. And that is a persistent thing. He do it every day. Now, I go into his moral record. I discover that it is an upright, apart from being on academic excellence, you will never see him class. Even if you give assignment, if it's one person that will submit, it's going to be the one. So it's a person who has combined strong mindset with academic excellence to achieve a very laudable career. And today is now shaping the futures of many. Thank you very much.
A very big round of applause to Engineer Olalere Rabiu. Thank you very much, sir. That was really deep, insightful, and me, as usual, I'm learning something. I don't know if you learned anything. Anybody here wants to share what they learned from this session with me? Nobody wants to. But not wasting much of our time, because I'm sure that a lot of us are already checking our time. But I promise you that just a little bit more. We still have a panel session coming up pretty soon. If you have questions, I learned that a lot of people are sending their questions in for the panels. We're going to have a lot of professionals who are going to be doing justice to all your questions. So you have questions, please note them down somewhere. My convener, sir, Engineer Sharif, please, I don't mind if your ushers can walk around and see people, our panelists. Let me quickly recognize once more our panelists who are already in the house with us. Barrister Afis Ibekule, of course you can see him over there, is already available with us. And Engineer Ibrahim Olalekan Adigun, I learned representative here as well. Dr. Omokbeju Afanu, pardon me if I didn't get that name correct, but I learned she's standing by online for us. Mr. Alabi Opeyemi Oladimeji. You kids are very lucky. Let me not use the word kids. I hear you get offended with that. You have powerful men in the house today. Just like Engineer Rafiu said, network. Hello? Where my DJ? This volume is killing. Network. Please hold on to that. You will meet somebody today, and you might not find the need for that person maybe until another 5 years, 10 years. But building that relationship, network, build a relationship. So while you are seated somewhere there, on your seat there, look around. Find someone, even more than one person. If you can meet 10 people today, please go ahead. Meet people, exchange contacts, go on social media, find out what other people do, and see those you can become friends with. Because who knows? Collaboration can start tomorrow. Collaboration can start next week. Oh. And the fact that you are young doesn't mean that you should assume that, that thing ain't that bad. I can't go and meet him. Go and meet everybody. Make friends with everyone. You are just smiling at me since. How many networking have you networked today? You did not network. Ensure you network, meet somebody. I've met like 5 people today, and I still intend to do more, because in the next couple of weeks, months, I want to start doing big things like Young John, so that I will not wash away. I will not carry wahala like Omola Lomi. I did not mention anybody's name, so just in case. Hello. Before I move on to the panel session, I know Nora is waiting. Nora, please don't be offended. I'm just going to take a little bit of your time. Engineer Sharif, please, I need you here. I need you here. I learned we have a panelist who's already waiting online. They should not be offended, please. They should wait. But Engineer Sharif, it's messy, but I'm going to do it anyway. Please, where are your team members? The old leader front. I want to do this within 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I need a better microphone, please. Me, everything map follow the team on lawyer. I want your team members to join you here. There's a reason for it. In this hall here, we will have like 100 people, maybe more. The registration outside will prove that. But man here took the initiative of bringing together professionals who are going to impact in the life of one. Those who are about to change the face of things in Nigeria. As you can see here, he said, a free. Thank you. Remember when I was giving you one testimonial earlier, I said very free. I attended a seminar that was very free. It gave me in. Now it's a free national. Yeah, DJ, please help me now. Who's here seated, and I need you all to help me do one thing. They know now me won't do one. I need everybody to please rise up and give them a resounding round of applause. This is magnificent. This is exceptional. This is just so good. I'm so proud of you guys. Just see what's going on right now. It gives me goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps. I see the faces of governors and change in the world just because they are here. Now, every other person can go. Engineer Sharif, don't go. Stay here. Thank you very much. If you hold PA, if you want PA. But look at the face of everybody here. It is money we used to do what we are doing today. Me, I've not collected balance. It is money we spend to make this happen. So, I'm not talking to the students now. I'm talking to the senior men because I know there are powerful men here. I've seen SSA2, SSA2, SA2, Commissioner for Opo, so Ali Ogam. Before I want to do arrogant boy when I was coming. When I announced portfolio, I'm like, Daddy, oh please, it is going to be a laudable thing if some of us wants to be a. I will drop your microphone. Our vessel. Is it okay for people to contribute, to donate, to help this mission to reach greater heights? This is 1.0. It means we still do 2.0, 3.0, see 1 million.0. Can people support you? How can they support you?
Yes, people can support, and they are already supporting. We only need more support because for me to have men of timbers and calibers here, it shows a high level of support, and I know they can do more. And I trust everybody around here. Thank you.
So how can they support?
Support through collaborations, through sponsors, and a whole lot of other means too.
All right, I will not mention the money part. If you like, support us with money or not. I just know we need money. But in case you have something, the Lord has laid something, you just want to support this mission, like own love. Thank you so very much. I'm here. I'm so very, very happy to be here. It's amazing. I have learned plenty things today, and we are still moving forward. Adeton, as beautiful as you are, don't let DJ Mesh trouble you. Nora, I'm going to hand over my microphone now to Nora because my panelists are ready. Nora is also ready. Nora has been waiting. I know Nora has been waiting, but I still want to borrow 5 minutes of your time. Sorry. We have a speaker waiting online. We have a speaker waiting online. And just for how many minutes? Just for 10 minutes. Wow, I was saying 5 minutes. Nora, sorry, 10 minutes. He's going to be leading us in a very special and very brief speech. And this one, we need to pay attention. Help me tell people who are outside. I know they are busy because of us, but see, don't distract us. Our next speaker is online and is ready for us. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy and your minds are not too busy, please jam them together as a welcome. Yeah.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
So am I supposed to be the next speaker? Okay.
You are the next speaker, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I thought we're supposed to be having a panel session, so I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you to please hold on and let's have Dr. Barrister Oladotun Azan. Barrister, you have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon.
You're on, Barrister.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a very big honor to address you. Five words of Guru in the present plan that we are on. The reading course no longer there. So it's very important that I address the topic, the power of multi-tax government excellence. We believe that we can do 2 or 3.
Recording in progress.
Out.
Unfortunately, network is challenging us with the barrister. Let's hope he comes back as soon as possible. DJ, please fill up a little bit.
students hardly understand their career path. They are only leaning on mentors, pictures of those that they just see, either you are a lawyer, without a law profession, not because they have interest, but because their parents are lawyers and they needed somebody to inherit their academic path. And that is not the best way to choose a career for the present age and times that we are. There is a need for students to really learn about each career path. What subject are you supposed to learn while you are in the secondary school? The kind of curricular subjects we have in our secondary and primary school today now, to me, they are not on the present international digital age that we are in terms of subject that will teach even constitution, subject that will talk about about security, subject that will teach you career way of life. So it's very important that government needs to play their role, while at the same time, citizens, parents, society must play their role. The kind of content that are equally displayed on social media are killing these days because much teaching content on our TV stations nowadays. Every TV to commercialize how they can make money.
Barista's network is really giving us a challenge, but then he's going to be back. DJ, please help me fill up just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Mama, you okay now? You safe now? Okay, thank you. When I want to bedu, that's the all these kids there. Download it on Audio Mac. Moving forward, we have Ambassador Yetunde, and I'll repeat it. Ambassador Yetunde tonight is a career consultant. I won't collect my balance for your hand before. Moving forward, Mr. Giri Sedomo, pardon me with the name, the Director of Planning and Operations.
Mr. Sharif Lamedi.
See person will go collect the balance now. Nine collect balance. Mr. Ajishegiri is the Director of Planning and Operations, Clean Up Badagry Initiatives, all the way from Badagry. Welcome, sir. And of course, the beautiful Nora Ayazedo. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to go and sit down to learn something.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are we feeling today? So, we're going to do this game, right? So, you know what a thumbs up is? So, if you're feeling good, thumbs up. If you don't know how you're feeling, like this. And if you're not feeling good, bad, right? So, how are we feeling? Are you shy? Nobody's going to be sick. Okay, that's fine. So, first of all, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, dear panelists. If it's not too much trouble, can we please move to this side so we can all see our beautiful faces? Thank you so much. So while they are getting seated, I have a very, very interesting question to ask, right? So one day, on my way to Lekki, no, actually on my way back from Lekki, I met this man. He looks good, sounds good, and we hit off a conversation, right? A normal conversation. I know what you guys are thinking, and it's fine, you can think about it. So he asked me a question. He asked, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Did you get that? Did you get that? When was the last time you did something for the first time? So that's what I'm going to be using to kick off this panel session. Panelists, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I am Yetunde Junaid. I'm a career consultant, and the last time I did something for the first time was today, because I don't think I've been in this hall before now, so I'm here today, and that's the first day. That's the what? Yes, that's the thing that I'm doing for the first time today. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. As I said, my name is Afiz Bikule. I am a legal practitioner. Pardon me anyway. If I'm going offline, please try to draw me back. I could be distracted because I like seeing set of people who are ready to learn. So moving forward with the moderator, I think it was the day I was called to the Nigerian bar. Yes, because obviously I'm not going to be recalled, So I have been called, and I think that's about the last time, I did that. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Damilola Kushimo, and I'm here to represent the chairman of National Youth Council of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter, Engineer Adigun Ibrahim. I'm a journalist, So I've actually told part of tonight because when Adigun told me to come and stand in for him here, I was like, wow, that was my first time in Ikorodu because I've never been here before, and it's my first time of doing something for the, I'm pleased to be in your midst. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Saeed Oloko, and it's a pleasure being in the midst of you guys, and I'm happy I'm here. What I do for the first time, it's plenty. But what I do for the first time is waking up every morning and telling my wife I love her. Every day I tell my wife I love her in the morning, so that is always the first time. So every day is new, telling my wife I love her. I renew my love with her every day. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Opeyemi Eniola. I'm the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Lagos State on basic and secondary education. And I think I'm very, very privileged to be among you today. This is the third time consecutively, I will say this week, speaking from one podium to another. And anything that happens to do with the youth, I'm never tired of it. Driving down all the way from Ojo to Ikorodu, definitely I know it's worth it. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Why you guys not responding now? I think we are all students now. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, my name is Ajishigiri Sedomo. I'm just a student like you. So what I'm going to say, as regards what she asked that, like this is my second time doing this. I think I did something like this 2 weeks ago in Lagos State University, and I must say I actually loved it. Sitting down and sharing your own insights, and also trying to gain some insights from fellow panelists. So it's actually a pleasure to be here amongst you, and also a pleasure to sit down among great minds like this to share knowledge and also dish out knowledge. Thank you so much.
So let's rate their answers. First of all, how many of us are Gen Z? If you're Gen Z, raise your hand. Oh. So the rest of you that are not raising your hands, what are you guys? So Gen Zs, my Gen Zs, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's rate their answer. Should we give them 5? 5? 5. 4. Be honest though. 3, 2, 5. 5 is fair. 3 is fair. Thank you. So let's give a round of applause for our. So nobody wants to ask me what I did for what my answer to that guy was. Okay. So nobody wants to ask me what my answer was. I'm not telling. You didn't ask me first. So I've gone through the questions that you've asked. I know that people have asked a lot of questions, right, before this panel session. And I noticed that there was something like rampant. There was something common in all the questions that you were asking. And I thought to myself, why would you be asking these questions? They are valid questions. They are good questions, right? But why would you be asking these questions? I know some of us are getting to that point where we're like, after our teachers have been telling us this is time for a break, now it's time for biology class, now it's time for civics, all of a sudden you're burdened with the decision of like, what course do you want to study? I mean, if you want to be a nurse and then they give you like botany, what are you going to do, right? But I have a bigger question. So can someone tell me your favorite musician? Don't be shy. Tell me, just give me an example, give me a name. She's not answering me again. What? Who? Rema, I heard Rema. Eh? Rema. Who else? Zeno. Who else? Davido. Okay, who else? Yeah. Eh? Okay. Thank you for sharing. Very good. I'm quite surprised nobody's saying Irasta. Okay, what of Ashake? Okay. So you know how we see all these musicians and they're jumping from one stage to the other and it looks so fun. And we're like, when are we going to hit it? When is everybody going to know our name? Should we ask ourselves those kind of questions? Do you think it's easy? She said yes. Do you think it's easy? So what we get to see is the glamorous side, right? But what you don't see that before they come up on stage, they spent hours and hours dancing on routine over and over again. Have you seen any of Burna Boy's show? Have you streamed it online? Have you seen the choreography? Do you understand? Do you understand how much effort that takes? It's the same thing with your studies. It's the same thing with your career. It's the same thing everybody goes through, right? And I'm going to start asking questions that you asked. So again, like I said, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Doing something for the first time can be quite scary. And I would like to know from our panelists how we handle failure, right? Because as a student, we have so much fear with regards to failure. I mean, your teachers are threatening you, your wife is coming up, the is coming up, everybody is feeling guarded about how exactly they're going to go at it. And I know that you're a career consultant. So how do you handle this with your students?
Okay, thank you for asking that question. To me personally, failure is always like a stepping stone because it helps me to reanalyze myself, check back on those things that are wrong, and do it right. So personally, when I get a message of rejection or failure about something, I'm always grateful for it because at times when you don't fail, you don't get to check what you've done that is bad. You know, when you do an exam and you get 80 over 100, you feel like you've passed, right? You don't have to check what those 20% what they were, right? So you'd be like, yes, I have my A, so I'm going. But when you fail and you have 40 over 100, you go back to that sheet and feel like, oh, I didn't do this right. I didn't do that right. Okay, this is what I should have done best. So to me, failure is a stepping stone to greatness. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Now, a part two of that question is, and I'm asking Honorable Opeyemi. So what's the best way for students to, what strategies can they employ to excel in competitive exams like their WAEC, their UTME, and NECO?
Thank you very much for that question. I think first, it's very important that I mention one or two things that the Lagos State government have been doing, one to assist students, especially for those of us, because I've seen students that probably they'll be sitting for their WAEC examinations very soon. There's this program that is going on Lagos State Television, and that program is called Education Support. The program goes live every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:30 p.m. And that program is just to ensure that students in Lagos State, they pass their examination. Also, on various social handles, you will see the learners education support. You can just go to your major social handles, you see the clips and how to learn and things that you are going through. And also, I won't just be sitting here without mentioning doing many of those things that we have been doing. The Executive Governor of Lagos State have been doing for education in Lagos State. Lagos is one of those states that ensures that education is free. That ensures that education is free right from the basic and secondary level. And every year, we spend over ₦1 billion to ensure that WAEC is every student sits for that examination free of charge. Now, going to your question, like how do students handle failure? I first mentioned that first is to see what we have been doing to ensure that we support students so that they don't fail in their examinations. And students, one is that nobody can motivate you better than yourself. And it does not really make sense to me that what you can just do and do once and for all, that you have to come and do it over and over again. If for those of us that have passed through school, or those of us that are still in school, we know the trauma that comes with sitting for a carryover examination. And probably you may not be able to score as higher as in that's when the opportunity first comes. So one thing is that you have just to ensure that you what we do. Just like on Thursday, I was at a program. It's called the World Robotic Olympiad. And at that World Robotic Olympiad, students from GSS 2 to SS3, they come together to discuss what they are doing with robotics, what they are doing with artificial intelligence. And through that platform, the governor has sponsored various students on international platform. Just last year, we have about 20 of our students in Lagos public schools that were in Turkey to represent Nigeria. The government sponsored that paid for every all expense paid trip. And what this means, and why I'm mentioning this is that why would you want to fail when those students that are coming behind us, they are not really resting? Because I can't just afford let anybody catch up with me. And for you not to catch up with me, I just have just to continue to make my research. I have to continue to learn, and I have to continue that I'm on top of my game. And also, how students can continue, to succeed. One is to set a clear goal. Where if you don't know where you are going, definitely you have not even started already. And secondly, is to create a structured schedule. How do you read? What comes first? And like I said, if you don't motivate yourselves, nobody is, and especially the Gen Z, so to say, what is trending as at today, they will tell you the top five topic or something that are trending. But if you limit those distractions to say, okay, this is time to read, this is time to do this and that, I know that we pass at it. And lastly, to limit our failure. How many of us know that in this Ikorodu that we have a government-owned library? Definitely, I can tell you that a larger percentage of students here seated don't even know if that we have a library here that you can access free of charge in this Ikorodu. And it's not too far from here. It's called the Ikorodu Divisional Library. It's just at Ebute here. So if you don't make research, definitely nobody will be able to help us. You have to make a research and just get your priorities right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable. So now we've answered questions related to our secondary school students, right? Now for my university guys and girls. So this question is to Dr. Omopeju. So the question is, how can young professionals handle rejection and stay resilient in a competitive job market?
Hello, hi everyone. That's a very tough question. Because the truth of the matter is, every day in life you face one form of rejection or the other, and the only way you can overcome that rejection is to get right back up and keep pushing. Failure is not the end of the world. And it doesn't mean that you're not good enough as a person. It just means that you need to reevaluate yourself and reassess where you went wrong. Because sometimes you need to learn from your experience, and then that's where lessons learned comes from. So it's either you didn't present yourself properly, and then you need to reappraise what you did, and realign yourself, because in life you always meet one form of failure or rejection or the other, and you can't let that define you. You have to understand and practice. So a lot of times you want to go for a job interview, you want to apply for a job or something, you don't practice, you don't prepare. You just think, oh, let me just go there. But the truth is, for every rejection that you get, you're getting better. For every interview that you participate in, you're getting better. And by the time you have perfected your interview game, when you step into a room, you excel. So failure is just an opportunity for you to learn a lesson and move forward. I've had so many rejections, I can't even begin to count them. But you don't sit there and say and accept it. It's an opportunity for you to now say, okay, I think I can do better than this. Maybe I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Ask questions, do your research, and then find out how to improve yourself, because you have to continue to improve yourself to be better at every single thing that you do and wherever you find yourself.
Everybody's going to feel, right? How many of us have tried making pap or custard? You know how it goes. How many of us can brag that we can make